Kimchi is to Korea like gumbo and jambalaya are to Louisiana. Kimchi is the national dish of Korea, and this morning we're going Korean with the Kimchi King himself, Chef Kevin Belton, who's serving up kimchi pasta shells.
How we doing?
Kimchi King.
Oh my goodness gracious. That's right. You know, I love different flavors. So why not let's do some different flavors using kimchi. But in the meantime, got a little bacon here. We're gonna get some bacon down in here and let that just kind of do its thing. For folks who aren't familiar with kimchi, it's Korean, but it's basically cabbage. They take cabbage, you can use a Napa cabbage, they salt it, and that starts to pull some of the moisture out of it, but it's basically fermented. So if you're like a sauerkraut fan and things like this, except kimchi has that bite to it. It has a little more kick to it.
Yeah, my grandma used to make some of that smothered cabbage. Man, that was just a typical dish that we'd have around the house.
I prefer, lately, a lot of times for dishes like this, I like the bacon that's pre-cooked. And I'll slice that.
Good idea, yeah.
And I just have to saute it off for a little bit because I can get some of it crispy, but I can get some of it where it's a little chewy, where it's a little al dente. And that's fine, you know, because it's cooked. Oh, you smell that now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we finally have some heat. We're finally gonna let this bacon cook down a little bit. And if you're using a thick cut bacon, if it gives off a lot of fat, render some of that, and you can always save those bacon drippings for something else and keep it a little in the pan and saute your kimchi in.
Move over, mac and cheese. We're meeting your Korean cousin this morning with the South Louisiana sensei of spice, Chef Kevin Belton's spicy kimchi pasta shells.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah.
You know, I tell you, kimchi, it has a little bit of a kick to it. It has a little bit of a bite to it. But you know, that's going to give us flavor.
Woo! I can smell it. You're right.
You can smell that.
It's like a spicy sauerkraut.
Yeah, it's that pickled flavor. It's that sauerkraut type flavor. And here, if you want, now there's going to be some moisture in this, so I try to drain it, okay? Because we kept our bacon drippings in. But depending on how much of a rush you're in, you could actually let this sit and kind of stick to the bottom of the pan a little bit. It just depends on your taste. Mm-hmm. Now, we're not talking about burning it, gang, but we're talking about letting it kind of brown off on the bottom a little bit. But it's totally up to you. But you do have to try to get a lot of liquid out of that when you do that. But in this, let's get in some garlic. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the things about Korean dishes, they have such bold flavors.
They do. Speaking of bold flavor, this is an option if you want. I put it in the recipe, and I didn't put optional gochujang paste.
Oh, say that again.
Gochujang.
He's the king. Kimchi King.
Gochujang. I think that's right. Gochujang. That's right. Basically, it's a red pepper paste. But guess what? More heat, more...
A staple in Korean cooking,
yes,
for sure.
Yes. You know, it's just like we have certain flavors in Louisiana cooking. Here, you know, you might find kimchi fried rice. You could find, here we're doing a kimchi pasta. So it's this flavor that is typically Korean, all right? Oh, smell that? Mm-hmm. Smell it. We're going to actually cook our pasta in here. You know, so we want this to saute for a bit, just for these flavors to blend together. We have stock, we have some heavy cream, and we're going to use a pasta shell for this. And so hopefully it won't take that long.
They're going to come out of their shells when they get in this sauce.
Ooh.
You know what they say, love is sharing your last piece of Korean barbecue. Well, love is also trying kimchi pasta shells, the creation of our Kimchi King, Chef Kevin Belton. Man, you can really smell that in the Good to Eat kitchen.
Now, if people worried this was going to be spicy, a little half and half. This is going to help tone this down a little bit. Not much, All right? Not much, just a little bit. But we get that half and half in there, you know, and you know, you can use a milk, you can use a lactose-free milk if you have, you know, if you're lactose intolerant, okay? We're gonna also get in some chicken stock. And I've just had the chicken stock heating up.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. And the reason
Yeah, all that's going to tone it down, the spice level on that.
it's going to tone it down some, but not all the way. Now, let's get our shells in here. And you know, as pasta cook, everybody's like looking like, wow, that's a lot of liquid in there. But remember, just like when we make jambalaya in Louisiana cooking, that rice absorbs that flavor. Here, our pasta, our shells are going to absorb this liquid, so it's going to get that flavor from the kimchi that's been absorbed into that stock, into that cream. And let's go ahead and put our bacon back in.
And he's putting it all in there. Look at this.
Yeah, because we want that bacon to go ahead and absorb that flavor, that bacon drippings. That'll be absorbed into the shells as well. And look, we have some Parmesan cheese, but we're gonna wait until this comes to a boil, our shells cook, and we'll throw in our Parmesan cheese. That'll tighten this up. But I mean, it's such a great flavor. Now, if you like, you could do this with some different flavors. And something you haven't mentioned yet about putting more protein in here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you could saute chicken, saute shrimp, throw in some crawfish.
Yeah.
Ooh, imagine some crawfish tails when you saute that, throw that. Oh.
It's true. You eat more kimchi, you'll live a spicier life. And we're spicing it up this morning with the sensei of spice, Chef Kevin Belton's kimchi pasta shells.
Look at
Oh,
this.
man.
Our shells have absorbed that stock. They've absorbed that half and half.
Wait till you see this.
Look,
Man.
freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And you know, and if you have to buy a store-bought that's already grated, that's fine. But when you grate it fresh, I'm gonna say about just a pinch. It just melts so much easier. Look at that. It just smooths it out.
Do we have to share this with the news?
No.
Okay.
No. Whew. Look, I'm gonna pop you in there. A little bit of green onion, a little bit of sesame seeds. Give you a fork here.
There you go.
So, gang, we sauteed our bacon. Once we had that bacon sauteed, we took it out, had a little bit of the drippings from the bacon in the pan, and then put in that kimchi. Now, the thing about kimchi, try to drain it, and I chopped it up really fine, and we sauteed that down with garlic. We put in some gochujang, which is a red pepper paste. Then, once that was all sauteed, we got in half and half stock, our shells, and put the bacon back in. And then just let it cook till our shells get nice and tender.
It's got a really good balance of flavors.
Yeah, it's got
the,
a
the
great,
kimchi doesn't overpower it.
yeah, and it adds a unique flavor. It adds a flavor that a lot of folks may not be accustomed to. And then finishing it off with just a little green onion on top, a little bit of sesame seed on top.
And the bacon gives it sort of that rustic, savory flavor.
Yeah.
Man.
So imagine what we were saying, how we could do this with chicken.
Oh, yeah.
We could do this with some shrimp, or throw in some crawfish.
Oh, the crawfish, man.
Yeah, that
Crawfish pasta,
Yes.
kimchi-licious.
Kimchi-licious, there we go. So now you at home can be kimchi-licious too.
For more on this kimchi pasta shells recipe and all of Chef Kevin's Good to Eat recipes, check out the Good to Eat page at WBRZ.com. Kimchi pasta shells, they're tangy, tasty, a real Korean treat.
Try this and you go goo-goo for gochujang, because it's so good to eat.